What's up, Phil?
Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Good, buddy. We're talking today about that
Fifth
little
wheels.
bad boy right there.
Automatic fifth wheel release.
They're fantastic.
When they work.
When they work.
Okay.
Phil, we did the test on it. We had the force gauge.
Yep.
And we hooked up the cable on there, and we did it in a pulling fashion.
Right.
We realized that with a regular non-pneumatic, so manual fifth wheel,
Manual fifth wheel.
roughly 75 to 100 pounds of pressure.
A little less than 100.
Not bad.
Right.
More pressure if it's cold outside because that grease freezes up and stuff, okay? But when one of those stops working, okay, so what we're talking about again is these pneumatic fifth wheels, they're air release. You hit the button on the dashboard, it unlatches the trailer for you. It's beautiful. They work fantastic when they're working. But if it's not working, that 75 to 100 pounds of pulling force that it takes to release manual train.
Close to 200.
200 pounds.
200 pounds of pressure required to release that. So here's the thing. You want to keep this in good working order. You don't want to abuse it, right? You want to make sure it stays lubricated, number one. If you're doing a tug test, do a tug test. Do not pull the trailer. Do not pull the trailer.
Right.
Right? That's going to put undue stress on here. On this arm underneath here, if that gets torqued and bent, it's not going to work.
And that's what we had a meeting the other day with Automotive, and basically Automotive told us that they're seeing these fail, and they were trying to figure out why they're failing, and they come to the conclusion along with the manufacturer that because they put eyes on it, guys go underneath the trailer, they hit the kingpin, and instead of just doing a tug, he says we're watching these guys drag the trailer, 10, 15 feet sometimes.
Not necessary to do.
It's not necessary. It puts undue stress on that.
Yeah.
Failure.
Fails.
Not to mention the landing gear.
Not to mention
landing gear on the trailer and the tires on the trailer. You don't want flat spots on the tires.
And that's true, and it's just not good for the equipment. But he also told us, Phil, that when that goes out between labor and everything else, because in many cases they just replace the whole fifth wheel, did he say $3,500?
Yeah.
About $3,500, including labor, if I'm not mistaken, to replace that whole thing.
So this tractor here that we're standing next to is a CNG tractor, no back window.
Yep.
So something to think about. When you back up to a trailer, you may have to get out and look. GOAL, right? Get out and look and check the height of it, because we've had instances where drivers have either jumped the kingpin or missed the king completely and gone over here in front of it and bent this arm here. You bend that and it's done. The whole thing is done.
Comes down to being a lazy ass.
Yeah. So if you're not sure, get out and look.
Right. When that thing goes bad, a lot of drivers don't like writing their trucks up until Friday because they don't want to give up their baby. We get it. We understand.
Right.
We're drivers ourselves. But if you like your truck and you like your pneumatic release fifth wheel because it's a beautiful thing,
Yep.
give it a little TLC. Don't beat the crap out of it, because once it goes out, you're going to have to do it manually. And as Phil said,
200 pounds of pressure.
200 pounds of pressure to pull it to get it to release. And we did that on a warm summer day.
Yeah.
I can't, in the wintertime, no bueno.
The other tip we always tell drivers, when you're going to unhook, back the tractor up into that kingpin just a little bit, relieve the pressure on it, whether it's a manual fifth wheel release or the automatic, either one. Make it easy on that fifth wheel to release, whether it's you're doing it yourself or the tractor's going to do it. Back up into that kingpin just a little bit. You don't even have to touch the fuel pedal usually. You can back right up to it and it'll relieve that pressure on the fifth wheel, so that'll release very easily.
I like it.
Yep.
Take care of your equipment and
Be safe.
be safe.